look at this picture, hands down. We're silently looking up, down, left, right. All the things we can notice about this picture. So what's going on in this picture? Right here.
The two girls are seesawing.
Answer your left, please. Right here and right here, you think they're playing a seesaw? Playing on a seesaw, seesawing? What do you see that makes you say it's a seesaw?
They have like wood at the bottom, because back in the days they didn't have a real thing.
Yeah, we didn't have real seesaws like we have in our playground. They just had two pieces of wood that they could put together to make a seesaw game. Okay, so you think it's back in the old days, not like today, the kind of seesaw that we have on our playground.
Yeah.
Okay, what more can we find right over here?
The two girl and boy or two boys they kicked they pushed the dude that's crying off the seesaw, and he got hurt because he fell on the wood. He must have hurt his eye. And then the two girls over there in the background, they're thinking about if he was going to die or not.
Okay, so you think this one here, he's crying because he was pushed off of the seesaw by someone, and that's why he's crying. And the two girls here are wondering if he's okay or not. Wondering, you said, if he's going to die or not. Okay, what more can we find?
I think the two girls are playing on the seesaw and not letting the boy get on. So that's why I think he's crying.
Okay, so the two on the seesaw are playing on the seesaw, and they're not giving him a turn, and that could be why he's crying. They're not letting him play. Okay, over here, what more can we find?
I think the two girls are not sharing because they want to have more time on the playground.
Okay, so you agree that they're not sharing their seesaw time? That they're not letting him have a turn? They're not sharing at all. What more can we find?
I think the two girls that's in the back, they're friends, and they talk about how the boy is crying because that girl and the other girl is not letting him get on the seesaw.
Okay, so you think they're talking about him, talking about maybe why he's crying, and saying that maybe he's crying because, again, he's not getting a turn. They're not letting him have a turn, and that's why he's crying. Okay, what do you see that makes you say they're talking to each other, the two girls?
Because I see their mouths open.
This one has kind of like an open mouth, like she's in the middle of a conversation. She's in the middle of talking to her, and her mouth is open. So it's a little piece of evidence there that she's talking. What more can we find?
It looks like the girl is trying to let the boy seesaw.
She's trying to let him seesaw? Okay. What more can we find?
I can see maybe the boy is crying because he scraped his knee on the wood while he was seesawing.
Okay, so we're all wondering why this little fella here, why he's crying. And you're thinking that maybe he's crying because he scraped his knee while he was on the seesaw.
And I think the guy right there, let's say what's wrong with his hand up.
He's asking, what's wrong?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why his hands are up? Because he's asking him what's wrong. Trying to get his attention to say, what's wrong? What's wrong? Okay, thank you. What more can we find right there?
I think the girl and the two girls in the back. I think they talking about why they won't let him, why they don't
Okay, so you think the two girls in the background here are talking about why the other two won't share the seesaw?
And I think because they're mean.
You think they're doing that because they're being mean to him? Okay. Right here, what more can we find?
It looks like the two people that are on the seesaw. It looks like they're both like they both don't want to let that person, the person that's crying, doesn't want to have a turn. They don't let him have a turn.
So the two on the seesaw are both not letting him have a turn. And that's why he's crying?
Because sometimes when you're on something and you're enjoying it and you keep on enjoying it, you just want to keep on staying on.
Right. Does that happen to you sometime at recess? You're having so much fun playing that you don't want to get off. You don't want it to end.
Sometimes that happens, but a lot that happens when I go outside and I go to the park.
When you go to the park. Okay. Thank you. Evan, what more can we find?
Looks like the boy is crying because he's not getting a turn on the seesaw, and the two girls back there, maybe the one beside him. Yeah, that one. I think she might be telling the two kids to get off and let one of them get off and let him have a turn.
She's trying to tell him to make sure you share and have a turn. Okay? So this one here is telling her, make sure.
And the two on the seesaw will not being proactive.
The two on the seesaw are not being proactive. What do you see that makes you say they're not being proactive?
Because they wouldn't let this, because they're not letting him have a turn.
Because they're not letting him have a turn. Thank you for all of your wonderful comments.